Welcome back to part 2. We are picking up right where the chaos left off. The lizardmen are getting slaughtered. Gabiru has proven he is a tactical disaster, and the orc army is consuming the entire forest. The orc lord Geld finally steps onto the battlefield. This guy is massive. He isn't just a pig, he's a tank with legs. He radiates a terrifying purple aura that screams final boss. Rimuru's squad arrives just in the nick of time. This is the moment we've been waiting for, the power fantasy payoff. We see Benimaru, Red Ogre, and the others unleash their new skills. They aren't just fighting, they are venting their rage for their fallen village. Benimaru uses Hell Flare, which is basically a mini-nuke. It looks incredibly cool, incinerating thousands of orcs instantly. But here's the horror element. The orc lord doesn't care. He uses the starved skill to eat his own fallen soldiers to heal himself. It is disgusting, efficient, and genuinely scary. Rimuru realizes his friends can't win this. He steps up to fight the orc lord one-on-one. The orc lord is surprisingly fast. He manages to cut off Rimuru's arm. For a second you think, oh no, but then you remember Rimuru is a slime. He grows the arm back instantly. The problem is the skill clash. Both of them have gluttony-type skills. Anything the orc lord cuts, he eats and steals energy from. He is rotting Rimuru's body with every hit. Rimuru's AI, the Great Sage, runs the calculations and basically says, you cannot win a sword fight against this guy. He has infinite stamina. So Rimuru decides to beat him at his own game. He activates Predator. The scene turns surreal. Rimuru abandons his human form and turns into a giant, amorphous sludge monster. The orc lord turns into a giant mouth. They start eating each other. It isn't a martial arts fight anymore. It's a battle of consumption. Who can digest the other person faster? While they are melting into each other, Rimuru dives into the orc lord's memories. This is where the show flips the script. We learn that the orc lord isn't evil for the sake of being evil. There was a massive famine in the orc lands. His people were literally starving to death. He accepted the curse of the demon lord just so he could feed his family. He took all the sins of his people, the hunger, the cannibalism, onto his own soul. Rimuru feels pity, not anger. He speaks to the orc lord's soul. He says, I will eat your sins too. I will take care of your people. You can rest now. The orc lord cries tears of gratitude and thanks him before disappearing into Rimuru's stomach. This moment defines Rimuru as a protagonist. He doesn't just kill the villain, he understands the socio-economic factors that created the villain. He solves the problem with empathy and vor. The war ends not with a cheer, but with a respectful silence. The orcs stop fighting. The starved curse lifts. The war is officially over. But now Rimuru has a logistical nightmare. He has just inherited 150,000 starving orcs who surrendered. He promised to feed them. How do you feed 150,000 giant pigs when you barely have enough food for yourself? Rimuru is about to face his hardest challenge yet: farming and economics. The dust has settled. It is time for the post-war peace conference. Rimuru sits at a massive table. On one side, the lizardmen. On the other, the goblin leaders. And in the middle, the defeated orc generals. Usually, in history, the winners enslave or punish the losers. But Rimuru pulls a Gandhi move. He says, we will all work together. He proposes the Jura Forest Alliance. The logic is sound. The orcs are strong and good at physical labor. The goblins and dwarves are great at building and crafting. The lizardmen provide fish and water resources. By combining them, he isn't just making a truce, he is building an economy. He is accidentally creating the United Nations of monsters. But then Rimuru makes a questionable decision. He looks at the 150,000 orcs and thinks, you guys look sad. I should give you names. We know from Season 1, Part 1, that naming drains his magic. He names the Orc General Geld, in honor of the fallen Orc Lord. Then he begins the grind. He enters a cycle. Name people, pass out from exhaustion, wake up, eat Shion's terrible cooking, name people again. He spends weeks just sleeping and naming. It's a funny montage. His subordinates stop worrying about him and just start treating his sleeping body like a piece of furniture. Oh, the Lord is asleep again. Just prop him up in the corner. Meanwhile, we have to wrap up the Lizardman plot. The Lizardman chieftain, Abil, confronts his son, Gabiru. Gabiru committed treason. In a martial society, the punishment is death. But Abil is a good dad. He decides to exile Gabiru instead. He shouts, "Leave and never come back." However, as Gabiru walks away, sad and defeated, the chieftain tosses him his own magical spear. It's a silent message. Take this, survive, and become a better man. It is a surprisingly touching moment for a character who has been a joke the whole season. Gabiru leaves with his 3 loyal henchmen, who are also idiots, but loyal idiots. And where do all exiled monsters go? They head straight for Rimuru's town. It's basically a refugee camp for weirdos at this point. The episode ends with the Alliance, officially established. Rimuru's village has transformed. With orc labor, they have paved roads, aqueducts, and big houses. It is a full-blown city now. But this rapid growth attracts attention. Very dangerous attention. The king of the dwarves, Gazelle Dwargo, is marching his army toward the forest. Is he coming to celebrate, or is he coming to crush this new nation before it gets too strong? King Gazelle, Dwargo, arrives, and he brings the heat. He has his elite Pegasus Knights with him. The tension is incredibly high. The monsters, Benamaru and the gang, are ready to fight to the death. They think this is an invasion, but Rimuru is cooler than that. He realizes Gazelle isn't here to destroy them. He's here to test them. Rimuru orders his army to stand down. He walks out to meet the king alone. King Gazelle draws his sword and says, "Show me the power of the Alliance leader." This leads to a fantastic duel. It's not a magic fight. It's a pure swordsmanship test. Rimuru uses the Great Sage to auto-battle, calculating the perfect block for every strike. The choreography here is top tier. Sparks fly as Rimuru blocks a legendary strike called Haze of Heaven. Gazelle stops the fight, sheaths his sword, and laughs. He turns to his army and announces, "This slime is legit." He officially recognizes Rimuru's nation, Tempest, as a sovereign country. This is a massive political win. It means Rimuru isn't just a monster warlord anymore. He is a king recognized by other kings. They sign a formal trade treaty. Tempest provides potions and materials. Dwargon provides technology and training. That night, they celebrate with a massive banquet. We get a funny scene where Rimuru gets drunk. Since his body resists poison, alcohol, he has to ask the Great Sage to turn off his immunity so he can feel a buzz. Even his liver is manually operated. We also get a heartwarming subplot with Vesta. Remember him? He was the corrupt minister from episode 4 who framed Kaijin and got him exiled. He is here with the king's entourage. He looks humbled. He approaches Kaijin and apologizes. He admits he was just jealous of Kaijin's talent. Kaijin, being the absolute Chad that he is, forgives him instantly. They hug it out. King Gazelle decides to leave Vesta in Tempest to work as a researcher. So now Rimuru has a scientist. This episode reinforces the main theme of Slime. Forgiveness is a resource. By forgiving enemies, orcs, Vesta, Gabiru, Rimuru gains powerful allies. If he had killed them, he would have nothing. The episode ends with the city looking peaceful and prosperous. But the narrator drops a warning. The balance of power in the world is shifting. The other demon lords have noticed the new slime nation. Specifically, a very short, very pink, and very chaotic demon lord is flying toward the city at Mach speed. The peaceful city builder game is about to get crashed by a bored god. One peaceful afternoon, the city alarms start screaming. Something is approaching fast. It crashes into the town square with the force of a meteor. Dust flies everywhere. When the dust clears, it's not a monster. It's a little girl with pink pigtails and a revealing outfit. This is Milim Nava, the Destroyer. She is one of the oldest and strongest demon lords in existence. She is thousands of years old, but acts like a 10-year-old on a sugar rush. She didn't come to invade. She just sensed strong people and came to say hi because she was bored. But the Kijin don't know that. Benimaru, Shion, and Sui attack her immediately to protect Rimuru. The fight that follows is a dark comedy. The Kijin use their ultimate attacks. Benimaru blasts her with fire. Sui tries to bind her. Milim doesn't even block. She just takes the hits and laughs, saying, "Is that it?" She knocks out Sui, who is incredibly strong, with a literal flick of her finger. The power gap is infinite. Rimuru watches this and realizes, oh, we are all going to die. The great sage calculates his winning probability. 0. He needs a weapon. Swords won't work. Magic won't work. So Rimuru pulls out his secret weapon, local honey. He scoops up a handful of sticky honey and shoves it into Milim's mouth. Milim freezes. Her eyes go wide. She has lived for thousands of years, but she has never tasted sugar like this. She asks, "What is this deliciousness?" Rimuru plays it cool. He says, "This is honey. If you promise not to kill us, I will give you more." Milim agrees instantly. She declares that she and Rimuru are now besties, best friends. Just like that, Rimuru tamed a nuclear-level threat with snacks. This confirms Rimuru's true superpower. It isn't his magic, it's his ability to manipulate people through food and comfort. The other monsters are terrified, watching their king treat a demon lord like a bratty niece. Milim decides to live in the city. She moves in. We cut to the other demon lords, Clayman, Carrion, Frey, watching via crystal ball. They are confused. Did she just join the slime? This completely changes the geopolitical map. Nobody wants to attack Tempest now because Milim is there. But having her there is also a headache because she accidentally breaks things just by opening doors. Life with Milim is chaotic. Rimuru tries to hold serious government meetings, but Milim gets bored and runs off to catch bugs. Rimuru realizes he needs to distract her. He gives her new clothes, a cute sailor outfit, and tells her to go show it off. She loves it. Meanwhile, delegates from other monster nations are arriving to join the alliance. One of these groups is from the beast kingdom of Eurazania. They are led by Phobio, a beast katir. Phobio is a classic bully. He sees the town, sees that it's run by a slime, and decides he can take over. He is arrogant, rude, and has no idea that a demon lord is living down the street. Phobio starts causing trouble. He destroys merchandise and punches Rigurd in the face. Rigurd takes the hit like a champ and refuses to fight back because of Rimuru's no fighting guests rule. Rimuru arrives and is about to get angry, but Milim beats him to it. She sees Phobio being rude. She walks up and punches him. Just once. He flies across the city, smashes into a wall, and is instantly knocked out. It's funny, but also scary. Milim didn't use magic. That was just her physical strength. Rimuru has to apologize to Phobio for his guest out almost killing him. It's an awkward diplomatic situation. Rimuru punishes Milim by skipping her lunch. We see a god-tier demon crying over a sandwich. It effectively humanizes her. Phobio leaves the city, humiliated and angry. He hates Milim. This is where the villains step in. 2 clowns, Tyr and Footman, servants of the Clayman, approach Phobio in the forest. They manipulate him. They say, "You can't beat Milim as you are, but if you become the vessel for the monster Charybdis, you can win." Phobio is dumb and blinded by rage, so he agrees. He heads to the location of the sealed monster. This setup is important. The clowns are the real threat. Phobio is just a pawn. The episode ends with Phobio breaking the seal. Rimuru is busy managing the town, totally unaware that a giant flying shark monster is about to wake up. It highlights a key theme. Rimuru's success makes people jealous, and jealousy leads to bad decisions. The peaceful slice of life arc is over. The action arc begins next. Phobio reaches the cave of the seal. He lets the clowns perform the ritual. He allows the spirit of Charybdis to possess his body. He transforms into the core of the monster. Charybdis is reborn, and it is horrifying. It is a giant, one-eyed flying shark the size of a mountain. It doesn't come alone. It summons dozens of smaller flying sharks called megalodons. The monster immediately starts flying toward Rimuru's city. Why? Because Charybdis has a grudge against Milim, and it can smell her scent in the city. Rimuru gets the warning from Sue. A disaster-class monster is approaching. He gathers his army. This time, they are organized and professional. The dwarves prepare lightning cannons. The goblins dip their arrows in paralysis poison. The Kijin prepare their elemental magic. Milim, excited, asks, "Can I help? Can I blow it up?" Rimuru says, "No, this is our town. We have to prove we can defend it ourselves. This is a pride thing. If they rely on Milim for everything, other countries will think Tempest is just Milim's pet project. They need to stand on their own 2 feet. The battle starts in the sky. Rimuru sprouts bat wings and takes flight. The animation budget kicks in here. It's an aerial dogfight. The Kijin ride on Rimuru's magic clouds. Benimaru shoots fire. Shion cuts sharks in half. They handle the small sharks easily. But the main body, Charybdis, is a problem. It has a passive skill called magic interference. Most magic just bounces off its skin, and it has high-speed regeneration. Even when Shion slices it deep, it heals in seconds. Rimuru tries to use his own skills, but nothing sticks. They fight for hours. The sun starts to set. The army is getting tired, but the monster is fresh. Rimuru realizes this is a battle of stamina, and they are losing. The situation is getting desperate. Rimuru considers using gluttony to eat the monster, but it's too big. He might explode if he tries. He looks down at the ground. Milim is sitting there, bored, eating lunch. Rimuru swallows his pride. Maybe, just maybe, asking for help isn't such a bad idea. The battle is stalemated. Charybdis is just a giant damage sponge. Suddenly, Charybdis speaks. It's actually Phobio's voice from inside. It screams, "Milim, I hate you. Come out." Rimuru pauses. He realizes the monster isn't attacking the town for no reason. It's specifically hunting Milim. Rimuru lands next to Milim and says, "Hey, I guess this is technically your fault since he's looking for you. You can fight now." Milim's face lights up. She jumps up, happy that she finally gets to play. Milim flies up to face the mountain-sized shark. She looks tiny compared to it. She says, "I will go easy on you so I don't kill the host." She holds up her hand and fires one attack. Drago Buster. It is a blue laser beam of absolute destruction. The sound design goes silent. Then boom, it completely vaporizes Charybdis. The sky clears, the clouds part. The monster is gone in less than a second. Rimuru and his army just stare. They fought for 10 hours and did nothing. Milim ended it in a blink. It is a humble reminder. Rimuru is strong compared to humans, but Milim is a catastrophe-class demon lord. The gap is still huge. After the monster body disintegrates, Phobio's human body falls out of the sky. He is alive, but the monster core is still fused to him. Rimuru catches him. He uses Predator to surgically remove the monster core and eat it. He saves Phobio's life. Later, Phobio's boss, Demon Lord Carrion, the Beast King, shows up. He is a tall, intimidating lion man. He apologizes for his subordinate's stupidity. He thanks Rimuru for saving Phobio instead of killing him. Because of this mercy, Rimuru secures a non-aggression pact with the Beast Kingdom. Once again, a crisis turns into a new alliance. Rimuru's diplomacy stats are maxed out. The Charybdis arc ends. The town is safe again. Milim leaves to go back to her own domain, probably to brag about the honey. But Rimuru remembers something important. He feels a pull in his soul. He promised Shizu, the girl he ate, that he would save her students in the human kingdom. He has been busy building a country, but now that things are peaceful, he decides it is time to go back to school. Rimuru decides to leave Tempest for a while. His people are worried. Will you come back? Will you abandon us? He promises he will return. He leaves the administration to Benimaru and Rigurd. He travels to the kingdom of Ingracia. It is a massive modern human city. It looks like 19th century Europe. Because he is a monster, he has to wear Shizu's mask to hide his aura. He goes to the headquarters of the Free Guild. He wants to meet the Grandmaster, Yuki Kagurazaka. Yuki is also a otherworlder from Japan. He was summoned years ago. Rimuru reveals his identity. I am a slime, but I was also a salaryman named Satoru. They bond instantly over the one thing they both miss, pop culture. Yuki asks about the ending of his favorite manga. Rimuru uses his memory and paper creation skills to print out thousands of volumes of manga for Yuki. Yuki hasn't read manga in years. He is so happy he almost cries. It's a wholesome scene, but keep an eye on Yuki. He seems nice. Maybe too nice. Yuki takes Rimuru to meet Shizu's class. This is the reason Rimuru came. There are 5 kids: Kinya, Ryota, Gale, Alice, and Chloe. They are summoned children. They were brought to this world by accident. But there is a tragedy. Summoned children have too much magic energy for their young bodies. They will literally explode and die within a few years. Shizu spent her life trying to find a cure. Now Rimuru takes over that burden. The kids are traumatized. They don't trust adults because adults kidnap them. When Rimuru walks in, they attack him immediately with fire and magic. They are little brats, but you can't blame them. Rimuru realizes he can't just talk to them. He needs to earn their respect. He locks the door and challenges them. If you can hit me once, I will listen to you. The episode ends with Rimuru becoming their teacher. He has to save these kids from their own magic before their time runs out. Rimuru starts his first class with a fight. The kids unleash their magic. Kenya uses fire. Chloe uses water. Alice controls puppets. They are actually quite strong for elementary schoolers, but Rimuru is a demon lord level slime. He dodges everything easily. He ties them up with sticky thread. He beats them gently and then gives them a lecture. He takes off his mask. They recognize it as Shizu's mask. They realize Rimuru isn't just another adult. He is Shizu's successor. They start crying and accept him as Sensei. Rimuru researches how to save them. He remembers that Shizu survived for decades because she had a spirit, Ifrit, inside her. The spirit helped regulate her overflowing energy. He hypothesizes that if he can implant high-level spirits into the kids, it will stop them from exploding. But where do you find 5 high-level spirits? He learns about the Dwelling of Spirits, a mystical labyrinth nearby. He packs the kids into a carriage and takes them on a field trip. On the way to the labyrinth, they are attacked by a sky dragon. A wealthy merchant, Miles, is also being attacked nearby. The kids are scared, but Rimuru encourages them. You are strong. fight together. Rimuru finishes it off with gluttony. The merchant sees this and is impressed. He invites Rimuru to his mansion later. This is important because Mayor Miles becomes Rimuru's Minister of Finance in Season 2. Rimuru is networking even when he is on a field trip. They arrive at the entrance of the Spirit Labyrinth. It's a spooky dungeon. Suddenly, a giant golem attacks them. Wait, no, it's not a monster. It's a test. A tiny fairy appears. She is Ramirez, the Queen of Spirits. She is also a demon lord. Yes, another one. Rimuru collects demon lords like they are Pokemon cards. Ramirez is a fan favorite character. She is tiny, flies around, and talks a mile a minute. She claims to be one of the original super strong demon lords. Rimuru doesn't believe her because she is the size of a doll. She gets mad and attacks Rimuru with her golem. Rimuru destroys the golem in one hit with a chop. Ramirez cries, "That was my best toy. It took me years to build." Rimuru feels bad. He bribes her with, you guessed it, snacks and manga. She agrees to help them find spirits if Rimuru fixes her toy. Rimuru doesn't just fix the golem, he upgrades it. He uses magisteel and modern engineering concepts. He builds a sleek, powerful new golem for her. This golem is named Beretta, and he becomes important later. Ramirez is amazed. She realizes Rimuru is a genius. She leads them to the altar of spirits. She explains the rules. The kids need to pray. If a strong spirit answers, they will be saved. If no spirit answers, or a weak one answers, they die. The stakes are incredibly high. The kids step up one by one. Gale prays. An earth spirit answers. It merges with him. He is cured, Alice prays. A space spirit answers. She is cured, Kenya prays. A light spirit answers. The light spirit is special. It actually talks. It tells Kenya, "You have the potential to be a true hero." This is massive foreshadowing. In this world, a hero is the opposite of a demon lord. Kenya is going to be a big deal in the future. Ryota gets a water/wind spirit. 4 down, 1 to go. Chloe. Chloe steps up. She is the quietest youngest one. She prays. Suddenly the room shakes. Time distorts. Clocks start spinning backward. Something massive is coming. It isn't a normal spirit. A figure appears from the rift. It looks like a spirit from the future. Wait, the spirit looks like an older version of Chloe, and she is wearing Shizu's mask. It merges with little Chloe. This is the biggest mystery of the series. The time travel plotline starts right here. Who is that spirit? Spoilers, it's complicated. The mysterious time spirit merges with Chloe. Ramirez is shocked. She says that spirit was incredibly powerful, arguably stronger than a demon lord, but it worked. Chloe's energy is stabilized. She is saved. All 5 children are cured. They won't explode. Rimuru has fulfilled his promise to Shizu. It is an emotional moment. He looks up at the sky and says, "I did it, Shizu-san. They are safe." Rimuru realizes he has to leave. He is a king. He has a country to run. He can't play teacher forever. Before he leaves, he gives the kids a parting gift. He used his great sage to analyze the magic clothes from the spirits. He creates new robes for all of them. These aren't just clothes. They are high-level armor made of his own magic thread. The kids put them on. They look like a little RPG adventurer party. He also gives his mask, Shizu's mask, to Chloe. He feels like she needs it. This closes the time loop. Shizu got the mask from a hero, who got it from Rimuru, who gave it to Chloe. It's a paradox. The goodbye scene is genuinely sad. The kids cry. They grab his legs and beg him not to go. Rimuru holds back his own tears. Slimes can cry. He tells them, "I will invite you to my country someday. Keep training. Become strong." He gets into the carriage and drives away. As he leaves, he sees the kids chasing the carriage, waving goodbye until they disappear over the horizon. It is the perfect ending to the human arc. Rimuru proved he isn't just a monster, he is a protector of humanity too. Rimuru heads back to Tempest. He is thinking about sushi, baths, and checking on the goblins, but the anime isn't quite done. We have one episode left, but it isn't about Rimuru. It's about a certain black progenitor demon who has been watching Shizu for a long time. Next up, the prequel episode. Episode 24 is unique. It is listed as the finale, but chronologically, it takes place years ago. It features Shizu when she was young and active as the Conqueror of Flames. She is summoned to a kingdom called Philwood. The kingdom is suffering from a demon problem. Soldiers are dying, and the king is acting strange. Shizu arrives to investigate. It's a noir mystery vibe. She meets a mysterious man in the castle. He has black hair, red eyes, and black butler clothes. He calls himself Black Kuro. He is fighting a lesser demon, an archdemon who is possessing the king. Shizu thinks Black is the enemy. She attacks him. Black is amused. He dodges her attacks effortlessly. He reveals he is one of the primordial demons, the oldest, strongest demons in hell. He could kill Shizu instantly, but he finds her mask interesting. He realizes the mask has infinite time properties because of the time loop we saw in episode 23. He is fascinated by it. The fight concludes with Black helping Shizu defeat the bad demon. He blows the bad guy up just for being annoying. He doesn't ask for a reward. He just says, "I will be watching that mask, and whoever holds it next." Why does this matter? Because this black demon is the guy who has been stalking Rimuru's scrying pool in the opening credits of the show. He sees Rimuru break Shizu's mask in episode 23. He decides, okay, that slime is interesting. I want to work for him. This episode explains why a god-tier demon is going to show up in Season 2 and beg Rimuru for a job. His name will be Diablo, and he is a fan favorite. The season ends with Rimuru returning home to Tempest. He walks through the gates. "I'm home." Benimaru and Shion run up to welcome him. It's a happy ending. We have covered 24 episodes of kingdom building, politics, and slime antics. What a ride. Thanks for watching this full commentary series. If you want me to cover Season 2, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.